Universal Studios Hollywood is aiming to open Super Nintendo World sometime in early 2023. The Nintendo-themed amusement park currently is being built inside the existing Universal Studios theme park in California and will feature rides, games, and an immersive environment modeled after the Super Mario video game franchise. According to Disney Parks news site WDWNT, construction is currently underway on Bowser's Castle and other areas of the park. The theme park also released a sneak preview of its signature ride, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, where riders will collect coins and throw shells in order to defeat Team Bowser. Riders will don Mario hats and special AR goggles while aboard a four-seater Mario Kart-style vehicle. The same ride is also part of Super Nintendo World in Japan, which opened last year. It's unclear whether the US-based Nintendo parks, and Orlando Park, by the way, is planned for 2024 as well, will be inspired by the Japan park or a carbon copy. If they follow Japan's lead, US fans of Donkey Kong could be in for a treat in a few years as well. According to Video Game Chronicle, Super Nintendo World Japan is currently building a Donkey Kong-themed area that will include a roller coaster and branded merchandise and food as well. New-aged robots are wonderful, fascinating, and terrifying creatures. Our timeline has developed complex AI robots making brand new art alongside intimidating bots made for more physically robust actions like dancing. The dog-style robots like Spot, popularized by Boston Dynamics, have become an increasingly common build for traversal. Their four-legged sturdiness combined with learning AI and other tools have proven to make them very useful little mechanical beasties that are even helping to protect the ancient city of Pompeii. The next logical step in the terrifying evolution of our soon-to-be robotic overlords is adding a deployable flying robot to your walking bot. According to Tech Explorer, one such robot in a robot was built by researchers to tackle navigating underground environments. The combination bot that won the competition was built by Team Cerberus from the Norwegian University of Science and Technology. The aim was to use both robots in tandem to assist each other with better navigation. As development continues, extra features like having the dog portion charge the flying robot for extended missions are also in the works. This isn't the first time we've seen a flying and walking robot combination. This year at the International Robot Exhibition, we got a look at this rideable horse-style robot that can have drones land and take off from its back. Again, kind of a startling sight. Still, with flying drones getting much stronger, the potential for deployable drones from an autonomous unit is just a little terrifying. You can even get a look at Team Cerberus's open source docs if you're curious, but please, everyone, just be nice to the robots. Oh, come on, if you're a car guy and not at least a little bit excited about this next story, there's got to be something wrong. The DeLorean Motor Company has revealed the first images and name of its upcoming EV called the Alpha 5. The main things that stand out are the wedge-like supercar styling, a pair of massive gull-wing doors, of course, and 4 seats in this thing, letting it hit 88 miles an hour with 2 extra passengers or carry considerably more than 55 pounds of cocaine. DeLorean first teased its upcoming EV last month, promising a full reveal later this summer. To be clear, it won't be built by the original DeLorean company, but rather a Texas company that has purchased the rights to the DeLorean name and even its spare parts. The Alpha 5, however, was designed by Ital Design Studio, which also designed the original DeLorean. but there's no word if it uses stainless steel panels like the OG one. It's based on the Medusa, a concept that the original DeLorean company had been working on before it went bankrupt back in 1982. That vehicle was supposed to have 4 independent gull-wing doors, but the DeLorean appears to have decided, probably wisely given the complexity of such doors, to stick with 2. From a top front angle, the Alpha 5 bears a passing resemblance to Tesla's new Roadster, with similar lines on the hood. DeLorean is targeting a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack that should provide excellent range, along with a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup. It's projected to hit a top speed of 155 miles an hour and go from 0 to 60 in just 2.99 seconds. Or yes, 0 to 88 miles an hour in 4.35 seconds. The DeLorean was made famous, of course, by the Back to the Future series of films. Its creator, John DeLorean, also had a colorful history, having managed the development of American muscle cars like the Pontiac GTO in the 60s and 70s. He was arrested in 82 and charged with cocaine trafficking, but the trial ended in a not guilty charge. The new DeLorean company will reveal the Alpha 5 to the general public sometime in August. Oh man, I have always been fascinated with personal flight. I've always wanted a jetpack of some kind, even though I'm pretty deathly afraid of heights. The whole, falling out of the sky thing kind of puts me on edge. French sky surfer and Green Goblin lookalike Frankie Zapata actually went down in a frightening fashion at an air show recently. Zapata's Jetboard Air is a remarkable device, a personal flight platform with a small jet turbine at each corner, filled by a backpack full of kerosene. The pilot rises into the air on a column of roaring thrust, boots locked into the board, controlling motion mainly via body balance. This came naturally to Zapata as a former jet ski champion. Indeed, Zapata first invented the flyboard as a jet ski attachment, flying on water jets, before shocking the world by taking it off its tethers with a set of JetCat turbines, flying it on kerosene, and creating a true hoverboard capable of crazy speeds and impressive distances. Zapata has been more than happy to demonstrate the Flyboard Air wherever possible, occasionally drawing criticism for what some consider to be a rather cavalier approach to safety. A few years back, for example, he starred in a viral video by Devin Supertramp racing against a Lamborghini at speeds well over 100 miles per hour, with nothing but the rocky Utah desert to cushion his fall if something was to go awry. It didn't, luckily, and the footage is undeniably spectacular. Recently, however, something did go wrong. Performing at a seaplane show in France, Zapata lifted off from his elevated platform by a lake and immediately began to spin, as if one of the flyboard's jets was malfunctioning. It took Zapata about 10 seconds to stop rising, reaching an altitude we'd estimate at well over 66 feet. He did an admirable job of keeping the jetboard upright as it began to fall, spinning faster and faster before crashing down into the water, as you see in the video. It's incredibly lucky, or perhaps a testament to Zapata's skill, that he managed to get the thing over the lake before crashing. If it had spun off in a different direction, the results could have been much, much worse. As it was, though, the 40-year-old Zapata was conscious when emergency services pulled him out of the lake and took him to the hospital for observation and assessment. He appeared to be in excellent humor when he later addressed the incident in his own tweet. Roughly translated, it reads, "Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your messages. I'm fine." This reminds us that we're not birds, and that if we're not excellent, it's gravity that wins. Finally, a good Sunday of rest, and Monday, it starts again. We can only learn from mistakes, and we shouldn't think we can change mobility without making a few. Thanks to my rescuers who made sure I didn't drink from the big cup. I'm sorry for the public who were inconvenienced, but I promise this is only a postponement. This isn't the first time the Flyboard Air has landed Zapata in the drink. He's taken an unscheduled bath at least once before, when choppy conditions made it impossible for him to land on his support boat for refueling during an attempt to cross the English Channel. It's certainly scarier, though, to crash due to an apparent equipment failure, and from such a height. We're very relieved to hear Zapata wasn't seriously injured, though, and will live to continue refining and developing his jetboard technology.